Yo, listeners, what's good? It's your boy Vaha, aka Mr. Backpack. We got our new podcast rolling, Shooting the Split, and we're gonna have some interesting stories. I just need everybody to sit back, tune in, listen. A lot of these individuals are entrepreneurs. A lot of individuals came up and got different stories. The reason I decided to start this podcast is to put out, different messages and knowledge for individuals that's maybe not receiving it or never thought to grab certain information and utilize it in a certain way. But some of these individuals are going to be remote, some will be local, some will be here in the studio. We're going to make this fun, we're going to make this nice, and we're going to make ourselves smarter. Without further ado, let's jump right into the podcast.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll.
I'd like to welcome a very awesome guest. A good friend of mine, awesome dude, great entrepreneur, getting after it. My guy, Eddie Stokes, representing Bassin Ain't Easy. What's going on, Eddie?
Hey, not much, man. I'm glad to be on the show, man. Glad to be one of your first, of course.
Yeah, man, to be part of that first group, man. Hey, I'm telling you, man, I really appreciate it. The movement's going to be crazy. I think it's going to be great to get people on the show, entrepreneurs and all, up and coming individuals. And we're just shooting the split. You know what I mean? Not shooting the shit, but we're shooting the split. Pretty much the same thing. Sit back, we gossip, talk a little bit about you, where you came from, how you got to where you at, and what you got going on, and then drop some knowledge. So,
Of course.
So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Eddie. For the viewers that don't know who you are, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So for the people that don't know me, I'm Bassin Ain't Easy. I'm a avid angler, a YouTuber, social media, what they call it, a social media, what's it called, man? I know you know what I'm talking about. A social media influencer. And I'm just, working, trying to build my brand and make a name for myself and, show everybody that, anybody can do it. You know what I mean? You just got to put your mind to it.
Yeah, man. And I've been watching your grind, man. I've been there from when you had a podcast. I've been there together with you when we bought the Pokemon cards, and I mean, we can keep going further back. I've been there, so I already know what you're saying when you're speaking about that grind. So what are you actually doing these days? What moves you? What gets you going?
These days, focusing mainly on, finishing up the monetization portion of YouTube, get that out the way so I can clear my mind and really focus on the other things like.
Hold up. Before you go any further, tell the viewers what monetization is so that they know, for the person that doesn't know, that way they know what that means before you continue into it.
So when it comes to monetization on YouTube, what I mean by that is you got to meet certain requirements in order to start making revenue from YouTube. And those requirements are 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time within a 1-year time span. So, the 1,000 subs part, it'll come, but the hardest part is the watch time,
Okay. So now go ahead and continue on. You said you're trying to get monetized. What else?
Get monetized, work on building my clothing line, my apparel. I'm a fisherman, I'm an angler, like I said. So my apparel is not going to be, I still want to keep my style of fashion, but mix it with the performance and attributes of angler type clothing. You know what I mean? So really trying to figure out what's the best way to mesh those two but still have that clean look, but also have that performance in what you do. And that's the difficult part when it comes to it.
So, do you already have some designs that you had in mind, or you got cooked up, or anything that
Yeah,
something that maybe you could tell the viewers what it looked like?
yeah. I have my YouTube channel is Bassin Ain't Easy. If you want to see what the design, the logo, all that stuff looks like. But for logos, I have a lot of logos on backlog, man. Anytime I get an idea, I put it on paper and I get it made. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like after I get them made. So that's one thing I would say for anybody out there trying to make clothing. It's not about rushing into it. Take your time, give yourself options. And when you get design ideas, draw them out. Even if you can't draw, you draw them out good enough, give them to the person, whoever's going to be making it for you. And 9 times out of 10, they'll make it come to life for you.
Okay, okay. So, what actually got you into that?
So merch is something, like I always wanted to do, right? Like, cause me, I'm even picky. You ask anybody in my family, dude, I go to the store, I won't buy nothing because I'm very picky on what I wear. So for me, being able to make my own clothing line, my own merchandise, that not a clothing line, but my own merchandise, it's like a dream come true, like I'm rocking stuff that I made myself with the style and flavor that I have myself, and knowing that other people out there are enjoying it, they're liking it. The first batch, I've only came out with hats so far, but the first batch of hats I made, they sold out before I even got them in.
Yeah. I seen those.
Right now I'm working on my second batch of hats. Actually gonna be placing the order probably sometime this weekend after I get off the phone with you, and get that rolling as well. And hopefully the same results come, and then we'll be moving on to different types of apparel, bigger and better things.
Okay. So, tell me a little bit about what you do on the water. I mean, let the listeners know how difficult it is, or what the level of talent it requires to just bass pro fish.
So, shoot, bass fishing, man, you know, you're not using live bait, using artificial lures. It takes a real high level of patience, a lot of perseverance, because it takes time. It's definitely not easy. Every body of water is different. So you may got your home lake or pond in your backyard, but you throw certain things out there you're gonna catch, and then you go to another one and it's totally different. So just that ability to be able to adapt, and that constant growth, man. It never stops. It never ends. Even if you talk to professional anglers, there's baits that they don't like throwing, and then there's other anglers that love throwing those baits. So really, the hardest part I would say is trying to build confidence in every bait and every style of fishing that's out there when it comes to bass fishing. So
So, what type of bait is your favorite? What do you like to use? What really gets you going with the bait?
me, I came to the conclusion, man. I love soft plastics, man. I
Mm,
love Texas rigging. Some people may know what
Texas
that is.
rigging.
If you don't,
Okay.
I have a video out on YouTube about it. Uh,
Okay.
Throwing the wacky rig. That's another soft plastic. If you don't know how to
Wacky wig. What is a wacky wig?
wacky rig, yeah, it's just a little Cinco worm, man, and you got it hooked at an angle, kind of like a McDonald's sign, and then it
Oh
floats on the
man.
water and it gives that good presentation of like a little dead worm. So
Okay. It's been a while since I've been fishing, so when you say wacky wig, I'm like, what are we throwing props
nah,
in the water now? So I'm a
that's all
loss.
good.
Yeah,
Nah.
so you were saying your favorite baits are the wacky wig and what was the other one?
Texas rig, and then
Texas rig.
if I had to, it's a lot of the baits I love to throw, honestly,
Yeah.
but I know when times get rough, those are the baits I'll go back to, a wacky rig or a Texas rig.
So do people just normally reach out and just offer you different baits to try, or how does that work? Different hooks. They say, hey man, try these out, so they'll know if it works for their company. I mean, how does that usually work?
So I have had companies send me items, you know, but I don't think it's for more of along with me testing them. You know what I'm saying? What you're talking about sounds more like me being a product tester. I ain't made it that far in the game yet, I believe, but definitely have had items from different companies that they're working on, and they're proving to catch, and I use them and I catch on them as well. And
What's one of your favorite companies so far?
me, I have to say, man,
Your favorite. We want your very most favorite.
favorite out of the ones I work with, or favorite
Yeah, favorite out of the one that you work with at the moment.
at the moment. It'll have to be Quantum. Quantum
Quantum.
is like when I first got into bass fishing, that was the first combo.
Okay.
That's where you get a rod and reel that I ever bought was a Quantum one. I caught so many,
Quantum Rondo.
and then I was in love with Quantum ever since then. And then to know that now I'm at the point where I'm actually on their team, and
Is that like a BMW for rods or what?
I would say
Are we
maybe
saying like a Toyota?
I would say maybe it used to be. I don't know. They sell them in
You
like
said it used to be. What is it? You
I'm,
got
I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying like I really think Quantum has good quality equipment.
Okay.
Everything is all personal preference at the end of the day,
Personal
and
preference. Okay.
I feel like hopefully
They made all your needs.
hopefully I can do what I need to do for this company, and we really really get it going. You know what I mean? Like I really love
Yeah.
Quantum. I love all the products they make, and
Yeah.
and I just I don't you don't hear about them a lot. You don't wouldn't understand that, but you hear about certain companies more than others. And Quantum really never is slightly talked about, but I definitely think they're a great company. They talk to me all the time. They're very responsive to me. They always help me out, looking out, and that just comes from the hard work I put in, trying to as best I can to promote their brands and do what I can for them. So I really
That's
appreciate
good.
it.
That's definitely good because that means they're able to. I like when I see individuals reach out to help sponsor each other, help you know give a chance to a smaller up and coming entrepreneur or whatever else it may be. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right into this sponsor ourselves showing some of their love.
Hello, how you doing? This is Brown from Brown's Bounce Around, where we make it happen one event at a time. We are located in the Fort Lee, Virginia area and the Tri-Cities area. You can Google us, Brown's Bounce Around, or you can follow us on Facebook, Brown's Bounce Around. Thank you. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
All right, Eddie. So look, hey, we're back. Uh, we just discussed some of your favorite lures. One of your favorite companies that you work with currently. Um, and we discussed a little bit about your clothing line.
Yeah.
So where do you see your business or hobby going from here in the next couple of years? Where do you see?
Next couple of years, man, I definitely do have a long-term goal. I'm not gonna speak on like the main long-term goal yet because I wanted to kind of be a surprise for when I do it, and then people be like, "Wow, he really went that far with it and tried it." But like with everything else that I got going on, man, if I stay consistent with putting out good quality merchandise, I can definitely see in that being a much bigger thing than it is right now. Go from ordering small batches to ordering big batches and stuff like that. And that'll definitely push me out in a further range and reach more people. The more people start walking around and seeing Bassin Ain't Easy hats and joggers and shorts, and they're like, "Oh God, those are fresh. Where'd you get them from?" And then that'll attract people as well. And then on the YouTube side of the house, like I definitely want to do some collabs with some bigger folks. Bigger or smaller. I'm not even gonna discriminate because I'm not that big myself, but not yet. But just do some collabs with people, get to meet different people, get to learn new things. And I really want to do a lot, maybe throw some different species of fishing in there, muskie, maybe go get a shark, go down south to Florida, get some peacock bass, do a whole bunch of other things because there's more fish out there to fish than just bass. And I know from watching it can get a little stale sometimes. And that's even with every fishing YouTuber I watch. So to throw something in there, spice it up. And
So, saying with the fishing YouTubers that you watch, um, tell me your top three. Like if you had opportunity to go fish with them right now, if we could make that happen, what would your top three be?
oh, definitely, dude. It'd be Mark Daniels Jr. He's a
Daniels
professional.
Jr. Okay.
Brian Latimer,
Right, Latimer.
professional
Okay.
angler. And then, if I had to pick one more,
Third guy, man. Let him in. Third guy. He's the final guy in the door. He's gonna be listening.
I definitely think it'd probably be AP Bassin.
AP
He just
Bassin.
he just seems like a cool dude, man, and
Okay. Okay.
I enjoy his videos. He don't make videos much anymore, but I definitely just want to go fishing with him, learn something from him because he's one of those guys that I watched, and
Damn. We need you to start making videos again, AP. We need you
yeah,
back.
yeah. It's just you watch a lot of YouTube fishermen. Like me, I fish tournaments, and I do want to get on that level where I go fish more professional tournaments. But I know it's going to be some time before that happens. But
Yeah.
that's a guy that I watch on YouTube, and he really, from my perspective, seems like he knows what he's doing and knows how to fish, and he's not just a YouTube fisherman for entertainment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um,
Speaking
definitely
about
go.
speaking about entertainment. Speaking about entertainment. How do you feel when it comes to entertaining while you're fishing? What is your goal on your goal on that? Do you do much entertaining, or how do you present your product on the fishing lake to the world?
I think right now I definitely try my best, but it's definitely hard when you're the guy recording yourself, and when you're
Guy
solo,
behind the camera
guy behind the camera and in front of the
and in
camera.
front of the camera.
So that definitely takes away a lot more that I can do. I would love to just have somebody follow me with a camera and I can walk around, be myself, catch things that I wouldn't normally catch because I wouldn't have the camera running because I got to do it. And so I think once I get to a better position of figuring out what more I can do with playing both of those roles, I think that'll definitely uptake the channel. And then like I said, to bring more entertainment to it, let's go catch some different fish. Um, let's try to meet up and do some collabs with some people.
Yeah,
Uh,
most definitely.
and then just do stuff like that, man. But I think definitely right now at this point, I definitely feel like I try my best, but it is very difficult, man, when you're the man in front of it and behind the camera
Yes.
and behind the workstation, editing the videos. When you're running everything by yourself,
Yes.
pretty tough.
It's a challenging business. So with all of the things you're doing, the schedule you're juggling, you're in the military. You're actively always engaged in a
Yeah,
lot of different things. Like I said, you do Pokemon cards. You do
yeah,
numerous things. You're running social media. You're actually putting out products on the daily. People don't understand what it takes to actually get in front of the computer, edit your product so you can put it out a good product, a good tasteful product that you feel like is satisfying enough for the individual to want to click on it and watch it. You got to make a thumbnail for it. All of this stuff. Then you finally got to find taglines. You got to find, your description of the video, hashtags, you name it. All of this work is done in a 24-hour period. Individuals don't understand that. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation so people can get the actual, not the backseat ride of the vehicle. They could actually sit in the front seat with you and take the ride with you and understand what it actually takes, what it means,
yeah.
and
Hey, look, when you say
everything
that,
into it.
I can give you a whole breakdown of a schedule. I wake up in the morning. I wake up a little earlier than most. I try to get up at like 5:36, and when I get up, first thing I do is I go to my computer and I try to plan out content that I'm gonna be dropping for the day. Usually I always have content on my mind or I have stuff stored up, but I go in there and I try to spend 30, 45 minutes gathering content for the day. After that, go to work for 9 hours a day. Get home at about 5:36. Once I get home, then I really don't even go to eat. As soon as I get home, man, I take my dog out and I go hit straight to the computer and, try to get a video edited or do some streaming because I stream as well. And, so I'm working throughout the day all the time. My mind is always running. But I think anybody that wants to do anything, if you're doing something that you're passionate about, like it takes away that feeling of work. Even though it is work, it doesn't feel like work because I enjoy and I love what I'm doing. I love fishing. I love capturing those moments and I love putting out those videos for others to see. And, I have plenty of people hit me up that had never fished in their life. And they're like, hey man, can you help me out? Hey man, can you give me, show me what I need to use? And, and I go to those guys and cause I keep a tough box in the back of my truck at all times with just baits that I tie on and off for tournaments or whatever. And I leave them in there and stuff. I just give those
Swiss knife Eddie, man. Swiss knife Eddie, man.
I give those baits away to people, man, and I really try to take care of people. I love seeing new people get into the sport, and even if you don't get into the full blown sport, just getting out on that water, man, getting your peace of mind. That's really what's very good about it.
What he's trying to say, listeners, that's no showers. No showers. You just work. No showers. That's not,
Hey,
that don't
work,
exist.
Ryan, bro. I shower while I'm sweating while I'm working. And then actual recording day, even that, man. You be calling me every time you call me on the weekend. I'm on some water, so you know what I'm saying. Like my weekends, bro. I'm up at 3:00 in the morning, 4:00 in the morning, planning out what I'm gonna do, what's going on, where should we go, how should we approach it, what kind of video should I shoot? Hey, can I get two videos knocked out today? Trying to get as much recording in as I can because I just don't have the full time that I need to really go out there and get what I need to be successful, So I got to do what I can with the time I have. And I feel like so far I'm doing pretty good with it. I do want to take it up a notch. I haven't dropped a video in like 2 or 3 weeks, but like I said, that's because I'm focusing on really getting monetized and starting to earn some revenue from what I'm doing. And I'm really getting close to that year mark, man. So if you are listening to this, man, go to Bassin Ain't Easy. Click on my playlist, man. I got a 24-hour playlist. Just let it run in the background. I need all those hours.
Click that shit. And right now, we're going to jump into our next sponsor.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Bassin Ain't Easy, and I'm here with Shooting the Splits podcast, the #1 podcast for bringing you everything you need to know about up-and-coming entrepreneurs. If you want to hear more from Shooting the Splits podcast, make sure you check them out on Vaha Media on all social media platforms. And if you want to hear more about myself, Bassin Ain't Easy, make sure you go check me out on YouTube at Bassin Ain't Easy. And I will catch y'all on the water.
All right, Eddie, we're back. Once again, we are back shooting the splits, man. We over here shooting the splits, man. We've learned a lot about you, know a lot about you. We know some of your goals in the future. What's your next business venture? What do you feel like you're going to get into next? What do you think that your business is next going to take you?
Like I said, I got something planned. I got something brewing for next year. Hopefully next year beginning or mid-ending next year. But next year, sometime next year, I got something I'm planning to do, planning to start. It's going to take some money to fund it, so I got to get some things in order. And I don't want to talk too much on it. I just want to, let it happen and see what happens. Because I don't want nobody to know about it, man. I wanted people, when people see it happen, they're gonna be like, damn, he really did that. You know what I mean? Like he really trying to do that, and really step outside of the box, man, and take that look down the cliff, down the hill, man. And it's scary, but sometimes you just gotta jump. I got a parachute on, I'm a land, but sometimes you just gotta jump, man, and that's what anybody does in their life, man. You wanna do something, man, there's always risk involved. And if you're in a decent position in your life, like I am, thankfully, take those risks, man. You only live once. You only get a certain amount of time. Well, you don't. No, that's not true. But chase your goals, chase your dreams. Don't look back, and just risk it, man. You never know, man. And know it's going to take time. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen overnight. It may take 3 to 5 years, but I'm telling you, when it does happen, you're going to look back and you're going to lay in your bed, look up, and you're going to be like, damn, I'm glad I did that.
Hey, Eddie. Hey, tell them about that one time I beat you in pool, man.
Yeah, I just waxed his ass.
Tell him about that time, man, when I beat you in pool in the basement. Tell him.
About 30 minutes ago. But it's all right.
He came over to my house. He was talking shit, so I pulled the pool sticks out. I gave him what he wanted, man. He wanted, man.
Yeah, y'all, but it's all good.
I took a loss, man. They got me, man. But
yeah, that's one.
Yeah, I seen him walk by the pool table a couple times when I had my back turned to throw a ball in, but we're not gonna speak on that.
Nah, that ain't. We're gonna see what happened next time, man. When I come back over there, man,
we're gonna see. But we're gonna go into the next thing, man. So obviously, I'm in the real estate. My next venture is getting into the Turo game. I'm planning on getting into the Airbnb type of business. It's a good market. I think it's great. I think a lot of people are starting to get curious about it. They don't have enough guts to do it, or they don't have enough information. It's one of the two. But this is the hot thing, if you ask me, because it's kind of like crypto coin. Everybody didn't want to touch it when it was lower. Now it's getting hotter. Everybody trying to get a little piece. And I don't mean the crypto coin that came out at 13 grand. I mean, like the little smaller micro shares. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's the same thing with this business, man. It's like everybody knows it's out there, or if you don't, Turo is a thing. TURO. Um, Individuals is looking at it and they're like, "Damn, I could do this. I could do that," but then they don't. It's just a good idea, and I've been seeing a lot. I'm like, "Yo," I'm telling the people, invest in it, jump in it, jump in it. The reason I say invest in it is because it's the hot thing. It's like the social media right now. You know, the rental car business is fucked up. So is the real estate market. So right now is the time to take advantage of situations like that.
For sure.
But that's why I'm venturing into some other stuff. Obviously, I juggle around the podcast. I do the Pokemon like you. Still, I'm reworking YouTube. Just finished my website, partial of it, where you'll be able to see this podcast on vahamedia.com. If any viewers watching or listening, it'll be posted to YouTube. It'll be on YouTube so everybody can hear. And like I said, we're here to just really me just talk to an individual, learn a little bit about an individual, learn a little bit about why they do what they do, and just see where they plan on going next. Maybe drop some knowledge on the viewers, and that's what we're segueing into. Is Eddie, give the viewers some knowledge, maybe something they don't know. I don't know, maybe something you feel like they don't know.
Um,
Knowledge, to drop the knowledge session.
I would definitely say anybody out there that wants to start a YouTube channel, I would say plan it out, take your time, make sure you got, videos in the backlog, because the worst thing you could do is start a channel and you can't keep up with your release dates. And don't give up with anything you're doing, man. Just, sometimes I look at it like this, man. If you was in the garage of your house, say you got 100 views, if you put 100 people in the garage, y'all being here shoulder to shoulder. So whether it's 100 views, 50 views, that's still people watching. So don't focus on the numbers. Don't have your mindset on the money in the beginning, because at this point it's just a straight grind. And for me, it took me 6 months of thinking, organizing, and like strategically plotting how I'm going to attack this, because I've tried so many other things in my life and failed at them, or gave up because I just rushed straight into them. But if you really, sit down, think everything through, and then you attack it, you'll be much better off, man. And you're going to have low points. And when you have those low points, man, you just got to, you know, talk to a good friend. If you don't have friends, pray. If you're not religious, I don't know, man. Just, do whatever you got to do to get your mind off the negative and just know, like, okay, I got 50 likes today. Guess what? That's 50 people, 50 human beings. And people are, and it's going to grow. You can only go up. You can't go down. You can only go up. So I'll just say, remember that, man, for real. That's my first bit of knowledge I'll drop on you, for real.
Yeah, that's good knowledge, man. That's some real knowledge, man. Slam that motherfucking bell for that knowledge.
Yeah,
So, but let's learn a little bit more about Eddie, man. Let's learn a little bit more about Eddie. If Eddie could vacation anywhere in the world, where would Eddie choose to vacation? Anywhere in the world.
I'm a big anime guy, man. I'll probably go to Japan.
Japan. Okay. Japan. Go
And they
check
got
out
good
some of
fishing
that
over there too.
great sights and lights.
Got some good fishing over there too.
Yeah, fishing. Get you some good freaking sushi, some
Hey, get
noodles, and some
right in
good
there with the
stuff, man.
anime lifestyle. See what that's
Yeah,
talking
you're gonna fit right
about.
in. You're gonna fit right
Mm-hmm.
in. Be
Like a
stuck
big
in
nerd.
Japan. Yeah, stuck in Japan, not coming home. Yeah, Japan's a pretty good spot, man. It's definitely a place that you definitely want to go, man. That's for the listeners that don't know. If you go to Japan, you gonna get all electronics known to man.
You stupid, right?
All the electronics known to man. Man, they don't leave anything out. They don't cut corners.
Yeah,
So
they don't cut corners, man. They always coming out. Hey, Japan. Hey, I heard good things about it. I definitely want to go there. Like I said, I love anime. I love fishing. They got good fishing out there as well. People don't know this, but there's a lot of foreign anglers, professional anglers out there. So and I don't know for sure, but I think Japan has their own little league as well. So like, definitely a good area, man. Um, so if I could go anywhere,
yeah,
man, people, I would definitely want to go out there and meet some
Down in
anglers.
Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's Eddie's favorite food, man? Tell the listeners. What's Eddie's favorite food? What is a good meal that Eddie can say, "Oh man, I'm going to bed after this, man. This is great,
I think
man. This is the
I
love
don't know if
meal."
I really got a favorite food, but I love trying chicken wings at new places.
That's me. I do the same, man. I enjoy the fucking wings everywhere I go. I just feel like it's safe. I
I
feel
feel
like
like
it's safe.
you never know when you're gonna strike gold and you're gonna be like, okay, because I hit gold at one spot, man. I ended up going there like every week.
Yeah.
That's why on my chicken, I don't go nowhere else.
I'm eating
Then I
some
had to
pretty good
switch it
chicken
up.
wings
They
right
got
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's it's definitely my go-to is the chicken wings, man. That would definitely man, yeah. What's your favorite drink, Eddie?
Uh, Nowadays, man, you gotta take care of our bodies, man. I try to drink me lots of water. I really don't even drink sodas and stuff like that, man. Definitely trying to take care of myself, stay healthy, especially with the sleep schedule and the lifestyle I'm on right now. My mind's always running, my body's always running.
So you
So I
working
try,
out?
yeah, I'm working out, man. I
Okay,
try
okay.
to, um, I try to do something every day for real, like, cause I can't run on this. I'm running hard, man. So I gotta stay healthy, stay fit, and do my best, stay in shape at all times.
Okay. So um what do you feel like as an individual that you can do for yourself to make yourself better at this point where you're at? Like what's gonna take you to the next level? What's gonna influence that? What is it gonna take to get Eddie to the next level?
I think it's gonna take. Cause I'm almost at a year of doing this. I'm about like 9.5 months. I think it's gonna take another year of consistency just like this, and I'm at the, you know, every chance I get to turn it up, turn it up. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna take hard work and consistency, man. If I say it's consistency is the word that is it. That's it. That's the word. Period. That's what it's gonna take for me as an individual to turn it up. Because I feel like I got the mindset, I got the knowledge. I feel like I'm very strategic with everything I do. I don't, if I feel like something's weird, like just like today, I called you like, hold up, bro, what this mean? I ain't hitting this button yet. You know what I mean? Because at this point, when you're out here getting sponsored by folks and you're moving the way you moving, all it takes is one false move, and a lot of bad things can happen. So definitely trying to stay on that right path and stay consistent with what I'm doing, man.
Yeah, man. It's definitely next level shit is needed because some people get stay just stagnant. I want to use that word.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, for sure. Stagnant,
because
complacent.
once you get a little bit good, you get decent. You
Yeah,
you feel like you're good. You don't have to do much more. I'm making a little bit of money. I'm okay. No, that's not the case.
nah, you get complacent.
Yeah, that complacency is crazy.
It's
It's a
crazy.
bad
Yeah,
thing in our community sometimes, man.
bro, it's a terrible thing, man. I would never not get complacent, man. And me, and I think how I kind of keep myself from that is, yes, I focus on the money, but that's not that's not my focus. Because if I get to where I need to get, well, I don't know what that was out here. If I focus on the money, man, I can get deterred too easy, man. I see dollar signs, I might run straight in the wrong direction and run into a brick wall. So I know the money's there, but I try to focus on the work, the craft, what I'm doing, understanding what I'm doing. So like, just like this podcast, so I can teach people and show people like, hey, this is what I did. This is where it got me. I'm not saying you got to take what I'm doing and use what I'm saying, but I'm saying if you use some of it or some of it or any of it, it'll help you get where you're going because I've been through it all. Like failed at so many things in my life, legit. You know what I mean? And that all that did was make me stronger. It made me smarter on how to move and how to operate. So
What's the biggest bass fish you've caught?
6 pounds, man. Virginia don't got a lot of 10 pounders out here, but a 6 pound bass, yeah, he was a
Six
fatty.
pound bass. 6 pound bass. You won any tournaments?
I've only won one so far. It was a little local tournament, but it was
Okay.
still.
How was
But
it? Was it intense? I mean, let me know. Let us know. Like, how do those
I,
tournaments feel, man?
oh, it's crazy, man, because everybody starts off the day, you feel great. And then an hour in, you're like, I didn't catch nothing. Then 2 hours in, you're like, I only caught one. But somebody else already caught five. So it's like, And then the anglers that I fish with out here in Virginia, man, these guys been fishing for 10, 15 years, and on the body of water we fishing their whole life. So, and these guys are knowledgeable. They know what they're talking about. I definitely try to learn everything I can from these guys out here. And yeah, these guys are legit. So I think that's what helped me when I went to that local tournament. I was like, man, I'm fishing up against like dudes that are like legit, you know. And now I'm over here. I'm fishing with a couple people that are good, but the overall level was, I would definitely say, a little lower. So I think, you know, it gave me a little more confidence to go out there and do what I needed to do.
Yeah, no, that's a good feeling, man. It's just like a basketball game, and that excitement builds up. You're out there, water swishing, boat splashing. Finally find your spot, sit still a little bit, throw that freaking lure in the water. Boom, heart
Yeah,
getting
and
to pumping, get your beer in your hand, and
we started sunrise, man. So you see that sun coming up, and you're like, okay, it's go time. And
yeah,
everybody start cranking their motors, man. All you hear is motors running and fumes in the air, and they calling out numbers, and you just hear motors hit flooring it, and then everybody riding spots,
that's a
man. And
fact. That's a
like
fact.
that is,
You
and then it's not like
you hunt?
it's not like waking up early in the morning and you being the only person on the road at 4:00 and 4:30 in the morning, going to get you a coffee, some beef jerky, you know, some smokes if you smoke, whatever you do, man. It's just you out there, you and your partner, or you by yourself, and you couldn't do nothing wrong in the world, man, because it's
You
just you.
you hunt?
I hunted one time, yeah, I enjoyed it, but I got stuck in film mode because the stuff I was seeing, I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I'll never be able to capture this type of footage again. So I got stuck in film mode, didn't need to pick my rifle up. But that video drops on the 25th. So yeah, I ain't gonna say too much on that. I'm gonna let that one speak for itself.
Okay. All right. Well, I felt like we got a lot of knowledge off of you. I felt like we learned a lot about you. I felt like we gained a lot about you.
Yeah, definitely, man. If
So
y'all check this video out on the podcast app, on any podcast app, or on YouTube or anything like that, man. Just if you have any questions about like how to start a YouTube or anything about fishing, just drop it in the comments below, man. And I'm sure I can meet up with my boy again, you know what I mean, and get those questions answered for you guys.
yeah, definitely. Like I
Sure.
said, hit them up. We're gonna be on VahaMedia.com. Be on all your major podcasts. Just
Apple
send a
Podcast,
message. Apple
Spotify,
Podcast. Yeah.
Podbean, we
Go to his YouTube.
everything.
Bassin ain't easy.
Hey.
Like I said, this ain't the end. This is only part one that I'm doing with Eddie. And like I said, I'm glad he came to the show. Last thing, man, this is your chance to ask me anything if you want to ask me something before we get off.
Okay. Let me see. If you could have one person to be on this podcast, who would it be?
If I could have one person to be on this podcast, who would it be? That's a good one. Kind of stumped. Let me see. Who would I want to be on the podcast? I'm not gonna lie to you. Eventually, when I become big enough, I want to put Gilly and Wallow to come to my
I figured you.
podcast.
I know that's your
Yeah,
podcast. Yeah.
yeah. I like their show, $1 million worth of game. So they would definitely be those guys, man. Those guys they're it for me. So
Yeah, maybe they do need to come out here, man, because they always interviewing other people. Maybe you can get their take on what they're doing
yeah,
and what they got going on in their life. Get their side of the story this time, besides them getting somebody else's side of the story.
that's a fact. That's a fact. I would enjoy that. So with that being said, man, I appreciate you coming out shooting the splits with me. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? I mean, we'll talk to you again. Be safe, be easy, and we out.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, listeners? Thanks for being a part of the movement of the Vaha Media brand. We have so many different departments and categories. Things like photography, videography, Pokemon cards, video gaming, real estate business, car rental business, and the list goes on. Please make sure that you support the movement on VahaMedia.com and my social medias, Vaha Media on mostly everything. If you ever need to reach out to me or anybody from my crew, send me a message or an email. We are planning to continue to grow. We have much more to offer, many stories to tell, opportunities to give. My motto is learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I understand that takes a lot of people out of their normal zone, but that's okay. As entrepreneurs, we have to learn to be creative. We have to learn to step outside of our shell. Lifestyle upgrades come into play, and that's what this podcast is all about. So we're going to jump back into it.